poetry god!
Get your cardigan out for the girls. Come on. Look at the patches on that.
You can't heckle until I start. That's the rules.
We'll just get him in early, mate.
What's your wife going to think?
Hello, yes, I am Willis the Poet. For those of you that don't know me, I'm like the Titanic of poetry. Yeah, all very nice to look at on the outside. I'm sure you'll agree. Thank you. But inside, critically flawed in the bulkhead area. Yeah, which can only lead to, ultimately lead to the, I don't know, the tragic loss of innocent lives, I suppose. Anyway. Think of all the animals you've ever heard about, like rhinoceroses and tigers, cats and mink. There are lots of funny animals in all this world, but have you ever seen a panther that is pink? Think! A panther that is positively pink? No. I'll tell you why that is, ladies and gents. It's because your panther, Pantheros negros, yeah, it's essentially a predatory animal that relies on its cunning, its stealth, and its camouflage to hunt down its small furry prey, particularly at night, when its jet black fur really comes into its own. Anyway, here's a poem about tea bags. Thank you. It's called Tea Bag. Tea bag, you're just too square. And even when you're round, you're just too cheap, 80 for a pound. You're so common, so unappealing. Let's face it, you're just not organic loose leaf Darjeeling. That's good, thank you. No need to applaud, unless you really feel like it. Any cheese fans in? Good. This one's for you. Trigger warning. It's got words. Anyway, it's called cheese. I'm in the supermarket looking at the cheese, and like a forest full of trees, there's a lot of different cheeses. A cheese board, smorgasbord of fresh, soft, fresh, firm, semi-soft, semi-firm, hard, soft, semi-hard, firm. Whew. Innuendo rife. Marketing hype for the describing of cheeses by type. Now, not wanting to venture a view to conjecture, I'll turn to the blurb on cheeses by texture. But the combo of buttery, creamy, crumbly, fluffy, oily, open and runny, smooth and soft and supple and sticky, spreadable, salty, stringy and springy, it leads me astray in a full vat of curds and whey. And while I'm reeling from this double entendre onslaught, my fraught thoughts are caught short by a carry-on vision of Barbara Windsor's chest. And I wonder if the milk from that particular breast would make a soft ripened cheese. So tender as to send a bunch of cheese devotees in a boat overseas all the way from Belize for the pleasure of that pasteurised partner of crackers, a flavour that'll fail you like a kick to the knackers, melt in the mouth as soft as silk, the world's first cheese made from human milk. Oh. And I wonder what the vegans will make of that. Yeah. You're right. An alternative source to the milk of the yak, the cow, camel, sheep, water buffalo, goat, donkey or reindeer, if that floats your boat. And while I muse on the amusing milk bottle bank of expressing mums filling up a tank, teasing and squeezing the milk for the cheesing, the hair-netted man at the dairy counter, he shouts out a discount, I'm going off ricotta. He's got to get shot off. Well, he looks like the sort of man who does a nice sideline in whiffy contraband. So I lean in. That's me leaning in. I lean in across the pleasing sea of cheese. I'll have 55 grams of Barbara Windsor, please. I'm going to move slightly over here, away from the main performance area, to what I'm now going to call, what I'm now going to call Quickfire Corner. Do some quickfire poetry. I know you like the quickfire poetry. Mike especially likes quickfire poetry. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is called Sausage Dog Haiku. It's a haiku. Yeah. My dad's sausage dog resembled a fireside log. Now it's a hot dog. This is called the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Gallopy, 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 gallop. They sprint like dogs to reach the bogs. Dicky tummies from dodgy scallops. could happen. This is history. Richard III, this one's called. I went to Polytechnic in Leicester, and it turns out that for one whole semester, I was walking over Richard III, on my way, ironically you might say, to my lectures on the limitations of the English monarchy in the latter Middle Ages. I won't do that one, that's shit. This is called 50 Shades of Beige. At 50 years of age, fashion dictates that I move towards a wardrobe made up exclusively of beige. But I say, no way, Jose, as I slip into a pair of rainbow-coloured pants designed for a woman half my age. Nice, thank you. So there was that thing on the internet, wasn't there, about the CIA, that they're watching us. They are the CIA. They're watching us all the time through our appliances, our household appliances. That was on the internet, so that must be true. So it inspired me to write this poem. It's called Kitchen Appliance. My microwave is watching me. I'm in the kitchen brewing a tea. I can feel its glass eyes staring me down as I move around the room in my dressing gown. Those boys and girls at the CIA must be bored to tears watching me all day. So I give them a thrill and a well-earned break with a lightning quick flash of my trouser snake. Way! So I was in Dudley the other day, this is in Dudley, and I saw a banner, you know, like this birthday banners, and this birthday banner said, "Happy 9th birthday, Trevor." Now I don't wish to be offensive to anybody called Trevor, but who the hell calls their child Trevor? He's 9 years old, Trevor. Anyway, it inspired me to write this. This is called Happy 9th birthday, Trevor. Happy birthday, Trevor. I hope you enjoy your day, and it's not all ruined by the men in white coats who've come to take your mother away. I'm going back now to the main performance area. Talking of children's poetry, I get asked surprisingly often to do children's gigs. What are you laughing at? And this is one that goes down particularly well. It's called The Morbid Stench of Death. Here we go. There is a morbid stench of death about this place that sees a fetid grimace cross the pallid face of every man that stands upon the threshold to these gates of hell, who peer into the fathomless insipid well of pitiless despair, to stand and stare feast eyes upon the... This is a children's birthday party, by the way. Yeah, thank you. To feast eyes upon the living, breathing essence of remorse, Dante's Inferno free to run its course, where aimless souls are set to spend their feckless days, cowed down like underdogs as Satan's bullwhip flays the sorry grey flesh from their sorry slackened backs. No mercy shown as their resolve now cracks. Heads bowed they slump on bended knee, resigned before the fate they clearly see amidst the screaming carnal bestial noise of the Chilly Kiddies soft play wacky house of fun for girls and boys. That's for all your parents out there that have ever been to one of those fucking soulless warehouse fucking things. Horrible. Anyway, I got asked to do a gig in Stoke. It's like a Stoke, but it's in a gig. That made no sense whatsoever. I got asked to do a gig in Stoke-on-Trent, that's better. And they said, "Oh, don't forget to bring all your Stoke poems with you, Rick, you know." Who the hell writes Stoke poems, apart from Stoke poets? Nick Degg, he's got a few Stoke poems, well, Port Vale anyway. So I did my research on the internet, and it turns out that Stoke-on-Trent is famous for its potteries. So I wrote this poem about Wedgwood. He was a famous potter. It goes like this: Wedgwood. How much wood could a Wedgwood wedge if a Wedgwood could wedge wood? Yeah, thank you. As much wood as a Wedgwood could wedge if a Wedgwood could wedge wood. That's not all entirely my own work, I have to say. But they seem to enjoy it. Anyway, there's a thing now. If you're feeling slightly down, if you've got depression, what you can do is you can go for animal-assisted therapy. Now, I'm not knocking that. That's where you basically go and you stroke a guinea pig or something, and then it helps you feel better emotionally and everything else. Not knocking that, but I thought it would be